The discussion around the new song and video from Lil Nas X, which features the rapper sliding down to hell on a stripper pole and giving a lap dance to Satan, has mostly focused on the allegedly shocking nature of the content. But there's nothing new about a musical artist, I use that term loosely, resorting to satanic imagery in order to generate publicity and controversy. Guys like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, they were doing it in the 90s. Metal bands were doing it before them. Ozzy Osbourne was decapitating bats with his teeth on stage 2 decades before Lil Nas X was even born. The fact that all of this stuff has been done before doesn't make it any less abhorrent, but it does make it banal and uninteresting. We have reason to object to this sort of material, but no reason to be shocked by it, is the point. We also miss the point if we're focused only on the content itself as if it exists in a vacuum. If Lil Nas X is blazing any new trails, it's only because he's the first person, I think, to go this route less than a year after performing with Elmo on Sesame Street.
This is the song, la 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 la, Elmo song. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo song. La la la, la la la, la la la.
Ooh, look at you.
La la la, la la la, la la la. He loves to sing, la 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 la, Elmo song. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo song.
Now, there he is on Sesame Street with his first hit, Old Town Road, a song so bad that it makes you long for the traditional country stylings of, Luke Bryan. Lil Nas X gained a large audience of very young children. And this was no accident. The rapper and his handlers made a decision to cultivate this fan base with appearances on children's television shows like you just saw, performances at elementary schools. They even released a children's book. Now, in an appearance on The View less than 3 months ago, he explicitly attributed his success to children. Let's listen to that.
Well, with the success of Old Town Road, majority of that success I would attribute to kids. And they love this song so much. And this idea to do a children's book was brought to me, and I was like, this makes perfect sense.
Now, around the same time, a headline on NPR's website, also from a few months ago, reports, quote, Lil Nas X says children are his core audience right now, and that's okay. Well, turns out it's really not okay. While responding to the backlash on Twitter this week, the artist said that he, quote, had 9 months to plan this rollout and bragged that, quote, y'all are not going to win, talking about his critics like me. Now, while he deserves praise for composing a mostly coherent tweet there with correct punctuation, a bar that he doesn't often seem to reach, what this boast really confirms is that he and his record label were very intentionally building his kindergarten fan base while also planning at the same time this move into demonic and pornographic territory. Marilyn Manson, wasn't doing sing-alongs with Elmo or appearing on The View to talk about his children's book 3 months before Antichrist Superstar came out. The record industry, along with Hollywood, has always had designs on your children. We know that. What makes this notable right now is how incredibly blatant it is and how young their targets are. Granted, it's not the fault of Lil Nas X or his record label, Columbia Records, by the way, if you allowed your 5-year-old to listen to his music on repeat. That doesn't get them off the hook. The fact that you shouldn't have allowed them to prey on your kids doesn't provide them a moral justification for doing so. Still, it's worth noting the lyrics to the song that elementary schools invited Lil Nas X to come perform. Here's part of the second verse. It says, riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder, cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, bull riding and boobies. Now, not only is this the most aggressively stupid assemblage of words that the English language has ever been forced to endure, it's also not exactly family-friendly. I mean, why were you letting your kids sing this? He is, after all, singing about driving his tractor while hopped up on cough syrup and alcohol after cheating on his significant other. If you let your third grader go around singing the line, My life is a movie, bull riding and boobies, a significant amount of the blame has to fall at your own feet. But this, again, does not excuse the music industry predators who are trying to remake your children in their own image as brain-dead degenerates. But it does provide a valuable learning opportunity. The lesson is that the entertainment industry, with rare exception, is not on your side. It has its own notions about what sort of person your child should be, what values he should hold, what ideas he should have, how he should speak, what he should wear, everything, who he should hang out with, how he should conduct himself. And not only has these plans for your kid, but it also possesses perhaps the most powerful mechanism for enacting them. Art, even bad art, moves people in ways that no other medium can. Which is why, by the way, it's also very stupid when you hear even conservatives who will look at something like this and they'll say, well, it's just a song. What's the big deal? Don't make a big deal out of it. It's just a song. Oh, yeah, well, that's right. It's only art. It's only the number one thing that moves and motivates people. That's all it is. It's something that perhaps like nothing else can mold your heart and your mind. That's it. No big deal. You morons. Now, it's likely that millions of children who are subscribed to the Lil Nas X YouTube channel and allowed by foolish parents to use YouTube without supervision, it's likely that millions of them were exposed to his Satan lap dance video over the weekend, which was put out without warning. Of course, no attempt made by the rapper himself or the record label to warn anybody or say, hey, we're making a move now into adult territory. Don't let your kid watch this. If they're subscribed to our YouTube channel, probably unsubscribe. None of that, of course. YouTube itself puts parental filters on all kinds of videos, especially videos that contain conservative political opinions. But they didn't put one on the video with the guy singing about performing fellatio on another man while gyrating on the devil's lap. Now, this doesn't mean, when you think about all these kids exposed to this over the weekend, this doesn't mean that all of them are going to run off and join the Satanic Temple. Maybe some of them will. But it does mean that they will be exposed and were exposed to depraved ideas and images that they don't understand and can't mentally filter or process. All they're going to know is that the message is coming from their favorite singer, the man who wrote that fun book and sang that silly song on Sesame Street, and so it can't be that bad. This is how the grooming process works. And it's why you have to protect your children from it, because nobody else will. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.